Good evening, Spurs Nation. We just beat the Chicago Bulls 124 to 129. It was an exciting game. I enjoy watching this team play. Like all the time, I enjoy watching this team play. But obviously, it was some things that, it's still a work in progress, and that is turnovers. We turned the ball over 20 times today, 12 times. The first half, we had 9 turnovers today, 5. In the second quarter, we had 6 turnovers in that second quarter. And that's too many, and that's where we lost our lead because they was getting turnovers. They was going out on the break. I think in the first half, they had 16 fast break points to our 5, and that probably was aided with the turnovers. They had 30 points off turnovers. They scored 38 points off turnovers, and that's a bit much. We can't be turning the ball over 20 times. We needed to be around 12 to 13 times, 14 at the most. We can't be giving up 20 turnovers, but it's a young team. We're going to have to learn from that. But thankfully, our shots was falling. That was a plus, and we did better defensively and holding they shooting down to around 47% and 33% from the 3-point line. So our defense was solid, but also, when they was missing, it was getting a whole lot of second chance opportunities. We was just getting bullied on the offensive glass. So when we make stops, we gotta clean up the glass. We gotta finish the defensive I guess the defense. I'm trying to say defensive possession. I can't remember the word, but to finish it up, clean up the glass. You get the stop. You make them miss the shot. You clean up the rebounds and get to the other end of the court. But yeah, I just love how we play the ball. I mean, I love how we play the game with the ball movement and how we assist each other. It's just beautiful to watch. I like that type of basketball rather than the ball staying in one person's hands and they do the pick and rolls and all that. I just like that, the ball movement, the player movement. This is the type of basketball I enjoy watching. Again, they had too many fast break points. They was running us a bit. They had 25 fast break points to our 10, so they was running and gunning a bit. My player of the game, Keldon Johnson, 33 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. My honorable mentions is Jakob Poeltl. I mean, I love Jakob Poeltl. He's a very underrated big man. Like, great pick and roll player. He got a pot shot, floater like shot in the paint. He defends well. He's very underrated. I love Jakob Poeltl. But he had 21 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal. Jeremy Sohan is a player that I wanted to give the player of the game to. His impact on defense is just incredible. His hustle, the things that don't show up on a stat sheet. He allows us to do so many things with the switching because he can guard so many positions. The way he runs the floor and get things done on both ends. He's a solid player. The only thing he needs is a consistent 3-point shot, and that's going to come. That's going to come. He just need to keep shooting it with confidence. I just love him. I'm really tempted to give Jeremy Sohan my player of the game. In fact, I'm going to switch that. I'm going to have to give Jeremy Sohan a player of the game because his impact on both ends of the floor is just amazing. In 2 games in a row, he was just showing that he can get it done on both ends. He can cause havoc on the defensive end and make it difficult for teams to get into their offense based off his ability to switch on any player. Collins, I got to give a big shout out to Collins. He was a huge impact off the bench as well with his passing and shooting. He can pass the ball well for a big man. His passing is unbelievable. And he got a great touch from the outside. So he gave us a big boost off the bench. Blake Wesley, obviously we're going to mention him because he's a rookie. He got called up. He's a player that I'm big on. I'm big on Blake Wesley. I love this kid. He's still learning the offense. You can see when he first got in, he was running to where other players was. He was a bit over the place. But as the game continued, he kind of found his rhythm. He kind of got more comfortable in the offense. Um, so I like what I see from him. He's very explosive, and I think he's out of all our young guys, he's one of the guys that has that high ceiling. So that drafting him at where we drafted him at, that's low risk, high reward. I think he got all-star potential if he continues to work at it. And so yeah, so that's my post game thoughts. Also about the news on Primo, obviously it's unknown. It got to be something that's not basketball related, because nobody gives up on a 12th round pick in 2 years. So obviously it must have been some off court issues or something like that. I don't think it was basketball related. I would be shocked if us releasing Josh Primo is basketball related. Um, it's just a mystery, because the guy seems like a good kid. He seems like he doesn't get into trouble. I don't know, so maybe it could be a front office issue. Maybe it was maybe it's an agent issue. Maybe he got in trouble off the court, etc. There's been nothing in the news, and if he would have did something that bad, I'm pretty sure it would have been in the news. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe that's more of yeah, I'm leaning towards like a front office decision. Maybe they just didn't see eye to eye. Maybe it was an injury. Maybe he, I have no idea. It's just, it could be anything. But I'll be shocked if it's something like him getting arrested or something like that, because that would have made news. Like, you can't, it's hard to keep that secret. Leaks, everybody leaks things these days, so I have no answer. But if it turns out to be like something that's not that big of a deal, then I will be upset that, okay, maybe a big of a deal, but like if it was something that like maybe we could have kept him and tried to trade him rather than just releasing him outright. Maybe we could have got something for him, type of thing. But I trust Buford, RC Buford. I trust him. I mean, he was, these people helped build the teams that we love, that win championships. So you have to give them some benefit of the doubt that this must have been a serious thing to release a lottery pick in 2 years or less than 2 years, and it was no big deal. So it has to be a big deal. And so that's my thoughts on that. Hopefully we'll get some news on hopefully we get some news on what actually happened. But so yeah, that's my post game thoughts and my thoughts on the Primo situation. And make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know what to do. So yeah, peace and blessings.